Okay, so my phone was ringing through that and I thought I had it on Do Not Disturb, so I apologize. I just shuffled this deck and got these cards, but because that energy was coming in at the same time, I'm going to ignore this for a moment and we're going to ask again. That way you know that it wasn't me. I didn't pick specific cards because I know you. We're going to ask the angels and ancestors and spirit guides. We're going to thank God for his divine timing and his messages. Come back here. And just for a general overall guidance on what's going on and what we can do to help. So the question right now is, what does Wendy need to know today? What does Wendy need to know today? Okay. Thank you for your participation in helping Miss Wendy today. What does Wendy need to know today? Is there any guidance that you can give to Wendy today? Oop, we're not going to take that much. I usually take the jumpers, but when there's that many, we're going to say, hey, hold on now. We haven't got that much time. Okay. Any other information for Wendy? These are sticking together because they're new. So far we have perspective, Archangel Shemiel. There's a better way. Please, or pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. This one is strength from Archangel Ariel. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. So we both know that you've got a lot of strength to deal with all the things that you deal with on a daily basis. And you definitely have just a heart of gold to be able to go through all these things with everything that's going on. But the angels want you to know that you're supported, that you've been doing things a certain way, but there is a better way. So they want you to pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. We talked about trying new things and looking at different avenues, but we'll get some more information on that here in just a minute. So I'll show you. The cards. Isn't that beautiful? The Lion of Judah. The King of Kings. Who do you lean on when you're in trouble? Okay. Thank you. Is there any more information that we can provide to Wendy this morning from this particular deck? Any more information for Wendy to get her some more perspective or strength? Okay. And feel free to, I did that. Feel free to fast forward if you need to. Okay, I get it. Three of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. All right. On the perspective card, there is a better way. You've probably noticed that your past approach is no longer working for you. Archangel Shemuel asks that you pause what you're doing and look at things from a different perspective. While this time of reflection is temporary, it's also extremely important to your spiritual evolution and growth. This card can also indicate that your heart may be leading you to perform a selfless act of kindness for someone else. This form of compassion is always rewarded, and your angels will be standing by your side. Remember that you give the world your greatest gift by being your true, unique, eclectic self. It can also be a pause for reflection, time moving slowly, a change in priorities, unconventional ideas, unconventional plans, unconventional methods, daring to be different. Archangel Shemuel is, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, is known for helping people find whatever it is that they are seeking. His name means the eyes of God, and you can call upon him when you're trying to understand a situation from a different perspective. On the strength card from Archangel Ariel, you have great strength and compassion. The kindness and understanding that you give to others are a blessed gift. However, it's equally important to show gentleness towards yourself. I don't think you do that enough. That's just a personal perspective, but you know that better than anybody. You may see aspects within you that cause you worry or impatience, but every person is a child of God. It is by balancing all aspects of yourself with love, mercy, and kindness that you learn to exhibit those same qualities to people around you. So the same kindness, unconditional love, forgiveness. Sorry, I'm just sneeze. Sorry. That's what happens when I have that candle with sage going at the same time sometimes. So the same things that you give away, you need to give to yourself. Okay? It is wonderful to stand strong, but the people that stand the strongest are usually the ones that feel like they're breaking because nobody's checking on them. So this is the archangels checking in on you to make sure that you're extending that same grace and love to yourself. Archangel Ariel is known for protecting animals, the environment, and those who seek to safeguard our world. Her name means Lioness of God, and she can inspire great courage in the hearts of those who call upon her. Archangel Ariel is also known to be an angel of manifesting the essentials of daily life. If anybody needs some essentials to daily living, it's you, my friend. All of us do, but after the stories you told me, you really need to get some help here. You can call on Ariel for lack of confidence. You can call on her for getting in touch with your own inner strength. You can call on her to just be your strength, and to remind you of sending that same grace to yourself. Okay, Three of Michael. Let's see here. So the Three of Michael says you're going to grow from this situation. And you know what? Doesn't kill us, makes us stronger. So when challenging events occur, it's important to take time to heal. You do not have to do it alone. Ask your angels, guides, or human friends for assistance. Forgive everyone involved, including yourself, for actions, ideas, thoughts or choices you may see as having been unkind or in error. Time truly does, they say time truly does heal all wounds, but I really think that it's our perspective of that, because the love that we feel is what helps put the Band-Aid on and create the scar tissue, because we love so deeply that over time it just gets easier to bear. In some cases, okay, not everything is that way. Ask your angels and guides to help you see the reason for this situation in your life. A new perspective, sorry, I'm doing laundry if you can hear that beeping. A new perspective could allow you to view all of this in a different light. Know that you'll become a stronger person. And I know sometimes we feel so strong that it feels like maybe we could bench press a Sherman tank, okay? But you will grow from this over time because of this challenge. It's time to release the past, any disharmony, any heart conditions related to brokenness or depression and things like that. It's a weight upon you. And, there's this darkness from the past. It's like a dark night of the soul kind of a situation going on there that just seems like it's gone on for a really long time. And we're going to see here what the Earth Warriors Oracle has. And then we're going to pull some wisdom of the Oracle, which you're going to like those, I think. But I want to get a little bit of perspective here, if the spirits are willing, if angels are willing. Can we get some Oracle messages from our Earth Warriors for Miss Wendy on this to clarify anything for her? Thank you, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, Archangel Shemiel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Michael, God and all his warriors. Thank you for being there for our friend. And please help give some clarification and some wisdom and some understanding. What is it you want to say to her today? They're thinking, huh? Either that or they don't want me to use this deck. That has happened too. Unfortunately, I have all these other great decks and they're all in my office, which is not here now. Since it's new, it's not wanting to give up anything for us. So we're going to move on. Okay. So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Oh, there's a straggler. Get in there. Wisdom of the Oracle deck. You know, they have these beautiful seashells on here. And the ocean is one of my peaceful places. Any body of water, the mountains, anything really in nature, my garden. But you need to find that place in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, get in there, that's your happy place. And you may have one already. When you get stressed out and you are having, you know, all these issues and things with stress and depression and whatever else may come up at any given time, go to that happy place. And just when you get to the end of your rope and you feel like you can't go any further, tie a knot and hang on. You've heard that before, right? So, anything for Miss Wendy this morning? Anything to clarify for Wendy? That one keeps trying to come up. We'll see if it volunteers here or not. Anything for Miss Wendy this morning? Well, I don't think I've ever had this much trouble getting a reading before. I mean, seriously, that's 3 decks. That's kind of silly. And again, you can fast forward or pause or whatever you need to do. It could also be that these are extremely new decks and they don't bend well. They don't want to shuffle well. Anything for Miss Wendy this morning? Whoa, let's not get all of it at once. One day at a time, everybody. One day at a time. Okay, sometimes you don't have your answer because you're asking the wrong question. So, instead of asking a question, I'm going to say thank you for whatever you have for Miss Wendy today. Fork in the road. Blessed. No place like home. Co-create. Time to go. Okay, so first of all, I want you to know that time to go is a lot like the perspective card, okay? These 2 cards are dealing with doing things from a different perspective. Walking your own path, not following the status quo, not being your own person and not being what everyone just expects you to be all the time because that's what they're used to. Okay, speak your truth, walk your path. Okay. So, time to go. Co-create. So when you think about co-creating, you know, you're working together for the better good, for the higher good. You've got the owl on the line here, which signifies your spirit animals, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your truth, your angels, any any insight or guidance that comes from the air, from the wings, which is from God and from your angels and your spirit guides. Your ancestors could be your great grandfather or some grandfatherly type figure, or any other family member. You know, with the way things are going right now, a lot of family members are coming around, not just you or I, but a lot of people right now. They're in this place where they're able to communicate in somewhere. They're trying to communicate to let you know you're not alone, and that they are there to help you and to guide you and to give you the wisdom and the support and love that you need. And we'll get some more information on that here in a minute, but I just wanted to kind of tell you what I'm getting from these so far. Also, the leopard sitting up on the top is signifying the strength again, your own power. So, no place like home. I think that came up the other day in a reading for you that I sent to you. That was also like archangels or something. I'm not sure because I didn't really read it. I just thought I saw it, and I could be mistaken. But no place like home is making your peace in your home. Could be in turmoil, okay? You could have a lot going on in the home, but your home is also your heart. Your home is also your mind and your spirit. And basically, no place like home means you go within and you find that happy place, and you know, you just kind of crawl inside and get comfy and say, you know, no matter what it looks like outside, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be loving to myself, not just loving to others. I'll give you some more information on that here in just a little bit. But those are the things I'm getting just from the impression on the cards. Okay. Blessed. Well, if you have any question at all what that means, then we need to start back at square one. Okay. You are loved. You are blessed. Even when things don't look like they should in our minds, even when it doesn't feel right in our minds, God has not forgotten you. God has not forsaken you. The angels are all about trying to help bring you to a better place, okay, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your body. And you are blessed, okay? Never forget that. Fork in the road. You are at a place right now where the old things, we've talked about this a little while ago too, the old ways are not working like they used to. And you're at this fork in the road where you could keep going doing the same thing you've always done and just kind of keep accepting the status quo, whatever that may look like. Or you can turn left, or you can turn right, or you can go straight ahead. Whatever fork you're in, only you know where that is. But you're at this place where you could choose to go back the way you came. You can choose new methods, new processes, new way to process, new spiritual avenues, new tools for self-care, meditation, the teas, the pranic healing. These are all things that you're at this place right now, and you have a decision to make as to which way you're going to go. And the angels are here to support you in all of that and to guide you and let you know that you're just one prayer away from your miracles, basically. I mean, so we're going to go to time to go first, okay? Time to go is card 45. And I'm taking this from the book, so you know. Essential meanings, endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn from the experience. The oracle's message is you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. You're at that fork in the road, okay? This is the moment to bless your experience this far, take stock of what you've learned, and it's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. In a relationship, it's over at the very least. The form that this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. Now, this could be a work relationship. It could be a friend relationship. It could be a lover relationship. It could be the relationship between you and your child, the relationship between you and your grandchild. Sometimes the way that we start or build on a relationship is not the way that it is. It doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve them. And, you talked about overcompensating and things like that. That method, that old relationship needs to be what it needs to be now. This is a time of letting go and of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although the card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. And you're going to take what resonates with you and use your own discernment, your own judgment, and your own prayers and decisions and information that you have based on what's going on with you personally, and decide what, if anything, of this applies to you personally. This is a general reading. It does not mean it applies in every aspect to you today, okay? Take what resonates and discard the rest. You never want to take anything that anyone else says as 100% verbatim, because you have to apply it to your own daily living, okay? So as I say that, understand that you have the right to veto anything I'm saying, okay? That just goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. The prosperity message in that card is, the message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. Sometimes we won't get out of our comfort zones until we get so uncomfortable that we're pushed. And so that's one of the things that it's talking about. There's no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It's time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your tasks, and you can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens, okay? The protection message from that card is, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact, and your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that's natural, and it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. So Spirit loves you, God loves you, the angels love you. Trust that, okay? Wow, that's a lot for one card, I tell you. Co-creating. Okay, so co-creating, creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. The oracle's message is you may not consider yourself a creative person, but I think you are. But in fact, you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your intentions, and your actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with Spirit. Conscious, God, or whatever you call your higher power, which for us is God. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought, intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. When you start a sentence and you say, I am, you are creating. When you say things like, I am not, you are creating. When you say, I will, then you will. If you say you will not, you're right, you will not. Co-creating also means about self-talk. When you tell yourself that you're not good enough, then you'll never feel good enough because you tell yourself straight up, you're not good enough. When you tell yourself you're loved, you're cared for, you are supported, you have a great mind, you have great wisdom, you have great love and kindness, and you have great gifts, then you start to see the potential. Just as you pour out that same positive speak to yourself and to others, really think about what it is you're saying when you say it, okay? When you view your life as art and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. The relationship message from this: connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now and the very embodiment of beauty. Prosperity messages, flashes of inspiration give rise to great success when you receive this message. You are at your most creative now, and whatever you apply yourself to will lead to the fruition of your dreams. Remember that all your ideas are channeled from a higher source. You create your reality in partnership with Spirit. The potential for manifestation is unlimited now. Revel in its vastness. The protection message is you are trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of Spirit. Sometimes we just go on and on and on without ever recharging. We don't let go of the things that we should be putting down at the mercy seat, okay? So remember, remember that suffering, writer's block, facing a monumental task, unable to decide on your first step, so you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think that it has come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You have to tap into God. You have to tap into your prayer. You have to tap into your heart, to Spirit, not simply yourself. Ask Spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one. Okay? You've got the owl and you, okay? Two minds are greater than one. Oh, sometimes we think we're all alone, and we're not. We really aren't. And we think we create all this mess, or someone created this mess for us, but God is there to help reclaim your partnership with him. The inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. And that does not just apply to spirit, that applies to your relationship with yourself. Because so oftentimes we ignore self to take care of everybody else. And then there's this shell left. And I mean, when you get to the bottom of the shell and there's nothing but space in there, you've got to refill it. The emptiness is what causes or contributes to that frustration and the depression and the pain. And not only that, but then you feel everybody else is being empathic or highly sensitive. You feel their pain, you feel their anxiety, you feel all of these emotions that aren't yours or maybe are shared with them, but now they're amplified, 100-fold. And so it's a tough deal, okay? We're going to go to the No Place Like Home. We're going to kind of go through this kind of quickly because it's almost 11 o'clock and I got to go to bed. I just put my stuff in the dryer and I'm sure that I could be in bed right now, but I'm going to finish this. See. No place like home, click, click. No place like home, click, click. Okay. The essential meaning is authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. We were talking about this ideal, doesn't matter what's going on around you. It's being, that place in your heart, in your mind where this is your safety net. This is your safety zone. This is your home, inside your castle, inside yourself. Okay. And it's just you and spirit in there, and everything else, no matter what's going on around you, it can't touch you there because this is you being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create. It's a place that's known that you can call just yours, regardless of who else lives in the house. Okay, this home is what we've been talking about here. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself that no one can take away from you because you know who you are. You hold your head high, yet neither with pride nor humility. Instead, you just stand in the observer's, seeing through the eyes of your soul, okay? You do not have to make yourself appear less for someone else to feel better about themselves, okay? This puts you in a power position, a position of strength, okay? It's funny that they're right there together. Excuse me. Authenticity is your home. You're safe there in the house of your spirit and with the spirit. Lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. For the prosperity part of the message, when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices, your investments that you make, the creative projects that you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you're fully yourself and you're walking in your truth and you're speaking your truth, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both success and failure, you see the divinity in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. And it doesn't have to be an abundance of wealth like money. It can be an abundance of wealth of spirit. It can be an abundance of wealth of love. It can be an abundance of wealth of grace, of mercy. So don't just look at monetary things when I'm talking about prosperity, okay? The protection message here is that there are times when what's familiar and known is not the best choice, okay? Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty, for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. We make bad choices out of habit, okay? The old is no longer serving us, okay? We need to get back on this time to go, changing the perspective, and coming to a place within yourself that you can be comfortable in, okay? There are times that the qualities that we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. How often do we do that? How often do we witness it, let alone do it ourselves? Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there is a new normal that will support you. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Boy, there's a confirmation for you. I just read that out of the book, and before I said it from Spirit. So if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different, okay? That's what this is. Blessed. I think you know what that means, but I'm going to remind you. All right. Blessed. The essential meanings: something wonderful that is unearned, unexpected, and grace that is unforeseen gift from Spirit and from God. Okay. The Oracle's message is that there are moments in life when out of the blue it seems that everything has been orchestrated by the divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if everything that has brought you around to this point has been orchestrated to bring you to this moment. It's like the parting of the Red Sea in front of you, and everything comes together to banish your troubles easy and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. There's one of those times that you just didn't see it coming, or you saw it coming and you went, no, I'm just imagining, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, no, there is something new coming on the horizon. You're moving toward a deepening of intimacy and a unique and sacred partnership with God and the angels and yourself. You know you're meant to make this connection, this union blessed by the divine, and you will help bring this transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and Spirit. Driving that home, right? Hello, Miss Wendy. We're going to drive this home today. The prosperity message is unexpected windfalls and good fortune come your way now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stymied your success seem to disappear on their own. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now, and don't forget to share them. Again, that's not always talking about money. This is talking about opportunities. It's talking about divine guidance. It's talking about divine wisdom. It's talking about the choices that you make that bring you to the next level. Okay. Humility is called for, and as grace is an unearned gift, but you didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender, and then you'll be blessed. Well, if you could have seen, I know you feel it on a daily basis, but if you could have seen what I saw in you yesterday through my eyes, through eyes of spirit, you would perhaps if you saw what was on your face and someone else, you would reach out and you would hug them and you would hold them and you would say, I'm here for you. I love you. This is what we're here for. Okay. You are blessed. God has not forsaken you. He has not forgotten you. He is trying to lead you into a better place spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, all of the above. He needs your partnership in this. But you can't keep doing what you've always done and expect different results, okay? Fork in the road. Fork in the road. The essential meaning, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message is every choice has a consequence. Oh boy, did we have this conversation. Every choice, every decision has a consequence. It's either a good one or a bad one, and it's based on your decisions. How's that for a little confirmation for you? Hot dog. Well, fork in the road, okay? You've arrived at the fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by walking forward, or are you going to stay where you are? Are you going to keep doing what you've always done? Oh my goodness, dog. The dogs are farting, sorry. Or by choosing right. Will you take the road less traveled or the one well-worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. They may try. Okay? A lot of people have a lot of ideas about how you should or shouldn't be doing something, like your daughter, for example, okay, who has no children, that thinks that you should do things differently. There's a lot of people that have opinions, and there's a saying about opinions, but we won't go there right now. Everybody's got one, okay? So circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it's important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. If you go left, it'll be good. If you go right, it'll be good. If you go forward, it'll be good. If you keep going the same way, you might as well just stop where you are, right? The relationship message is you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose, to open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? And again, that's not just about romantic relationships, okay? You can have a passion for something and have nothing to do with carnal anything, okay? This is time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself and about what you're willing to do. What are you willing to invest and give? And then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with the relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone or because you don't want them to be alone. Okay? If you end something a certain way, it's because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection? Or is it because you're at the point where you just can't bear anymore in the circumstances that you're in, based on the choices that have been made for you, with you, in spite of you, what have you, okay? You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for bettering of your circumstances, not only for yourself, but for those around you. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity for myself? Okay? Everybody else, there's no heaven or hell that anybody can put you in but you. Okay? You can do everything for everybody all the time, but what happens when you're gone? They have to do it themselves. Every tub has to be supported by its own feet. They have to be able to hold their own water. So by giving too much of ourselves, we're actually disabling their ability to support themselves. We hinder them when we hinder ourselves. Answer honestly from the heart. Not from that place that's in the back of your mind. Well, this is what I should say, or this is what I should feel. Choose to see it for what it is, and it will be easier to settle on a decision, okay? Indecision is an extremely frustrating situation, and it will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. You can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you. And by the way, not making a choice is making a choice. You are making a choice, but you have to be accountable for it. So if that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, try again. You are learning to be you for who you are. You have been mom, you have been boss, you have been employee, you have been friend, you have been lover, you have been all these things. But when do you get to be Wendy? Does Wendy know who Wendy really is anymore? You know, we hear all these things about men having midlife crisis. Well, women don't have midlife crisis. They have midlife chaos, because we've given so much of ourselves to everybody else that we're that empty shell because we don't even know who we are anymore. We've given so much away, we don't know what to fill it with. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. But take heart. The angels are here to help you. Okay? I'm going to go to bed. Love you. I'm going to send this to you. You can watch it later if you want to. You can think I'm absolutely crazy, and that's your right as well. Take only what resonates with you. Discard the rest. I hope this helps. Take care.